Alright, so hi guys. Welcome to Sports News episode 17. Um so today we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. College football, pro football, basketball, hockey. The only thing we're not talking about is baseball. Um but so we're gonna start off with hockey. And so the NHL has agreed to hold a season beginning on January 13th. Training camp will start on January 3rd. And there's been divisional realignment, meaning they've changed what teams are in what division. So, for example, I'll go through them all, but the North is one division, and that's all the Canadian teams. So, for example, the Senators, the Canadians, um, the Maple Leafs, the Jets, the Oilers, the Flames, and the Canucks. Um, so, and then they have the East, which is the Bruins, the Sabres, the Rangers, the Devils, the Islanders, the Flyers, the Penguins, and the Capitals. They then have the Central, which consists of the Hurricanes, the Blackhawks, the Blue Jackets, the Red Wings, Panthers, Stars, Lightning, and Predators. And then finally there's the West. And that consists of the Ducks, the Coyotes, the Avalanche, the Wild, the Kings, the Golden Knights, the Sharks, and the Blues. The NHL, most teams will not be allowing fans to start the season, but they do plan on allowing fans mid-season. And the playoff, so they had a different playoff format last year, but the format of the playoffs will return to normal. And so it's the traditional 4-round best-of-7 series. So that's all for hockey. So January 13th, the season starts. And we're going to go over to the NBA. So the NBA season starts tonight. Um, I just got a question about hockey, and it says about what month will they allow fans? That's a good question. I'll I'll also look that one up because I still have to look up the one about have they ever changed a rule in the middle of a season? Even though I'm pretty sure the answer to that rule is yes, but I'm not sure which rule. So I will get back to you next Tuesday. But if I had to guess now, I'd say maybe March or April. But I'll get back to you for sure next Tuesday. So um NBA, the season starts tonight. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but to me it feels like the NBA season just ended. Well, kinda because it did. It ended like 2 months ago. But they had a long pause due to COVID-19. But so the season starts tonight. Um the Nets play the Warriors at 7 p.m. Eastern, so that's currently going on. And the Nets, they have Kevin Durant back from his injury, so now he's teaming with Kyrie Irving, so that's a dangerous duo. And Klay Thompson, he's out for the season. So for the Warriors, it's second overall pick James Wiseman, Steph Curry, and like the rest of their team. And then later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern is the Clippers versus the Lakers. Um, and real quick, I think the Lakers are going to repeat as champs. Alright, so that's it for non-football related things. So we're going to jump into the NFL first, and then we're going to go to college football. So, NFL to start. The Chargers beat the Raiders in overtime on Thursday Night Football, and Derek Carr got hurt in the Raiders' loss. Um, the Bills clinched the AFC East with a 48-19 victory over the Broncos. Tom Brady leads the Buccaneers to a comeback victory over the Falcons. He threw a game-winning touchdown to Antonio Brown. The final score of that game was 31-27. The Cowboys beat the 49ers to keep their playoff hopes alive. They beat them 41-33, and this was the Cowboys. This was Ezekiel Elliott's first game missed in his career due to injury. But the only team that's going to make the playoffs from the NFC East will be the champion, and it looks like that's going to be the Washington football team. But the Giants have a chance if they play better, but they play the Ravens. So, and then in week 17 they play the Cowboys, so one winnable game out of two. And it looks like the Washington football team is going to win, but everyone still has a chance. But I think it's going to come down to the Washington football team and the Giants, and it's probably going to be the Washington football team. Alright, so Colts and Texans. The Colts beat the Texans 27-20. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 22-12. The Seahawks beat the Washington football team to clinch a playoff spot for the Seahawks. The Ravens crushed the Jaguars 40-14. The Jets get their first win with a 23-20 win over the Rams. That kind of stinks for Jets fans. And while they are locked into a top 2 pick, they'll get either 1 or 2, battling with the Jaguars. They both now have 1 win, so it's gonna seem like but they both and the Jaguars are currently on pace for the first pick instead of the Jets. So now Trevor Lawrence might go to the Jaguars if he decides to go to the NFL. And he can always go back to college, so he might not even come to the NFL draft this year, but he might. But if he is, he'll be the first overall pick, and he'll probably be going. So if they both stay, the Jets and Jaguars both lose the rest of their games, then they will then it will be Jaguars at number 1 and Jets at number 2. But alright, so the Chiefs outlast the Saints 32-29. The Steelers dropped their third in a row with a 27-17 Monday Night Football loss to the Bengals. That's it for the NFL. Let's jump over to college football. Oregon upsets USC to win the Pac-12. Oregon wasn't even supposed to be in the championship, but they were a replacement team because the other teams were dealing with COVID-19 outbreak issues. Trevor Lawrence makes a difference for Clemson and helps them win over Notre Dame. This time it wasn't close, 34-10. However, the committee did not leave Notre Dame out of the playoff. They're at number 4. Alabama holds off Florida. They remain number 1. And Najee Harris has 5 touchdowns. So Alabama also won the SEC. Florida had a chance. They had the ball with just about 10 seconds left, and then Kyle Trask took a sack. And then they weren't able to get a second snap off for a Hail Mary. I just got a question. What team did Oregon replace? I believe they replaced Washington. Ohio State beats Northwestern 22-10 to win the Big 12 championship. Texas A&M beat Tennessee 34-13, and Texas A&M did not get into the playoff. Oklahoma beats Iowa State 27-21 for the Big 12 title, and Cincinnati remains undefeated with a victory over Tulsa. So now the season is over, and the top 10 after from the College Football Playoff Committee is Alabama 11-0 SEC champ, Clemson ACC champion 10-1, Ohio State 6-0 Big Ten champion, Notre Dame 10-1, Texas A&M 8-1, Oklahoma 8-2 Big 12 champion, Florida 8-3, Cincinnati 9-0, Georgia 7-2, Iowa State 8-3. So it's gonna be Alabama versus Notre Dame in the semifinal, and then Clemson versus Ohio State. So I think it's gonna probably be Alabama Clemson, but I'd prefer it to be Notre Dame versus someone. I'd like to see Notre Dame Clemson Part 3. But that's probably not gonna happen. But it could. So that's it. Um, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and yeah. Oh, and I will not be doing any other videos this week, but there might be a football video coming out soon. But it's gonna come out soon. It might come out this week, might come out next week, I'm not sure. It's almost done. But I will not be doing another live like this. And happy holidays to everyone. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and happy holidays.